This is Donnie Smith, and welcome back to another DIY auto body and paint Q&A. Today we're going to talk about a video I recently made and got a lot of questions, and I'm going to help answer some of those questions. It's a video where I was doing the ghost effect flame, and I used a technique where it doesn't use airbrushing or paint. Anyway, it drew a lot of questions. We're going to talk about that. First, I'd like to mention our sponsor, collisionblast.com. You can go to collisionblast.com, subscribe for free, and get free updates, news, training, all kinds of stuff for auto body and paint, DIY, everything you can think of is there, so be sure and check them out. Okay, I did a video where I did a flame, a ghost effect flame, by sanding and everything, and if you got to this video and wondering what in the heck he's talking about, that's okay, don't worry, it's right down there. I went ahead and put the link that this is referring to. So if you didn't watch that one, go back and watch that one, then this one makes sense. But anyway, I had a few questions that I want to go ahead and address on video. And there's some good questions, and I do want to take a minute to thank you for asking these questions. Always get a lot of good positive feedback. Thanks for all the kind words. I really appreciate it. Okay, the questions. Sanding it like that, putting tiny scratches in the paint, isn't that going to be harmful and promote rust? Okay, that's the question. And no, it's not. In fact, if you have a car that's repainted at a body shop, chances are that it has been cut and polished, buff and polished. It's called different things, but what they do is they take fine sandpaper, kind of like what we're doing. We're using the finest, the last step. But they may start out with 1200 or 1500. They send out any dirt that may be there. There was a run, heavy orange peel, and they level all that out. And then they come back and buff it out, and it brings all the shine back. So really, it's real fine sandpaper. And as far as rusting, saying promoting rust, we're not sanding through the clear. We're just barely scuffing the top of it. So all your UV protection, all the protection's still there. This is just barely changing the texture a little bit, where the ghost is, where the design's going to be. We're changing the texture, and then also it kind of dulls it out a little bit. Now, of course, you can polish that out. But anyway, that was a good question. Thanks for asking. Do you have any videos about mixing paint? And yes, I do. And I will put that in a link down here. So be sure and go down in the description and you can see or watch a video that I have about mixing paint. I get a lot of questions about mixing paint, more so about primers. But go down there and that video will be there for you. Now, here was an excellent question. Will waxing hide some of the fading? And that's something I wouldn't know. I hadn't tested that yet. This is what I was thinking. I was thinking if you'd wax it, it would fill in those 3,000 grit scratches and you would not be able to see it at all. Or very, very slightly. However, after this question, I thought, I'm going to try that. So I went out there, I got some wax, and I waxed over everything. And to my surprise, you could still see it. Now, it did make it less noticeable, more of a ghost effect. Just a little bit harder to see, but that may be the effect that you're going for. So it did not completely remove the design. Kind of made it look cool, but anyway, that's something that if you're wanting to try this, get you a test panel. Try the fading method, or try just sanding the whole decal. See which one you like better. Wax half of it, don't wax half of it, and see what effect works best for you. And if something comes out real cool, be sure and go to that video, the Ghost Effect video, and leave a comment or a video response. Let us see it. That's anything cool that you do, be sure to let us know about it. Okay, now the last question I got, and this is something I have not tried yet, but again, and I've been wrong, like with the waxing one. They ask, will this work on white cars? And since clear sands to a white finish, it probably is not going to show up well. Now, it may show up a little bit. It'd be very ghost. I mean, it may be hard to find it. I'll have to try that in the future and see what happens. But what I'm thinking, if it's on white, you're not going to see it. Now, what it is going to do, it's going to change the texture a little bit. Because the other paint's going to have a little bit of orange peel, so it'll be flatter. So it may show up a little bit, but I really don't think it'll show up a whole lot. It's going to work best on darker colors. So, but again, if I try it, I will let you know and see what my results are. And if you try it, be sure and let us know. Anyway, that kind of wraps up the questions on the ghost effect that I had. Those great questions. Thanks for asking, and we'll talk to you next time.